This time, let's start with our 2-minute openings. And well, I'd like to say one thing. We've got a lot of folks, and this is Norco, and everybody knows everybody. So if nobody has any objections, I'll just call you by your first names.
That's because you don't want to try to pronounce Beamowitz.
Well, it's not the pronunciation; it's how many times you have to do it.
This is a theme.
This is a thing. So, Herb, would you please like to start, sir?
It would be my pleasure. Thank you for coming. This is an election time, and it's Norco engaging and deciding who they want to vote for their city council that will best represent them. I've been on council for 12 years out of the last 16. City council is not my career. My career is a risk manager, safety officer, and anything that'll cost the corporation money. I do budgets, risk management, safety, workers' comp claims. I worked for the State Department of Corrections and retired for them. I've managed budgets to $100 million. I've supervised staff up to 5,000 with 7,500 inmates. I know how government works. I know what council people do that makes them successful. And that is listening to what you people want us to do. And that podium, that doesn't belong to us. And I've stressed that in every election that I've ever been in. That is your box to stand on, speak, beat with your fist, and as one eloquent Pat one night brought a bag of rocks and put them up on the podium and said something to the extent, well, I hope the people on council can grow some of these before they make their vote tonight. Again, thank you for coming. This is precious time. You've got 3 choices. Ultimately, that's a majority for this council. Choose wisely, choose 3, and I stop.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Don't tempt
My name is Ted Hoffman, and I'm looking at Pam with that look. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight, and for those of you that have come out here 3 Thursday nights in a row and given up your Thursday night football, thank you very much, all right? Who I am, I'm a long-time Norco resident. My family moved here in '57 when I was 5. I've gone through local schools, graduated from Norco High in 1970. College degree in animal science, Vietnam War era veteran, let me speak that right. But what I've done here after not only being part of several community groups in town, to include the Norco Mountain Posse, I helped start the Norco Mountain Posse Rodeo, brought the California Circuit Finals here for 8 years. So I've done things like that as part of our community involvement. I'm currently a member of the Lake Marconian Foundation, helping to preserve our golden treasure over there. I've also been a member of Streets and Trails. Like Herb, I'm involved with government. Having retired, and I'm currently a planning commissioner. Having been a retired sheriff sergeant and had the privilege of being an administrative supervisor at the Sheriff's Department, I get to work with several contract cities. Everything from Lake Elsinore, San Jacinto, Paris, and Marietta when they first started. I've seen how government works, and in some cities I see how it doesn't work. This city is unique. It has a very unique flavor about it and the way we do business. And our biggest thing, our asset, is preserving our rural lifestyle and animal keeping. I'm a firm believer in the charter for doing that, and I want to make sure in all my decisions as a planning commissioner and on Streets and Trails, that's what I strive for, is making sure that we keep our animal keeping lifestyle and our rural lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank you. Corinne?
All right, I'm going to be Berlin with no accent. He says, howdy partners. First off, I want to say that I'm sorry that I could not attend this evening. I'm in San Jose at the League of California Cities meeting, and my duties as a city councilman have to come before campaign activities. My plan, if re-elected, is to work to bring in more point of sale and light industrial type businesses. I have worked with a number of different businesses to bring them into town, and worked with local small businesses when they want to make changes to their businesses or bring in new ideas. With the opening of Silver Lakes and with the crowds it is attracting, I believe that we can bring in and will attract more retail businesses. Our businesses have seen an increase in sales on the weekends, and we are already fielding new opportunities. When the equestrian park comes in and is completed, there will be even more business looking to move in, businesses. I am proud to have been a part of the council that has worked well together and saved our city from financial ruin, and will continue to be a part of that effort. I am proud that we brought back the senior housing element and the first-time home buyer program. I am also proud to be a member of the Veterans Memorial Committee, and ours is one of the nicest looking in the area. I worked hard to bring in extra traffic enforcement, and I worked to change over to CAL FIRE, which has saved us $2.2 million a year. I have worked hard to make Ingalls Park a success. I started the volunteer program for workers at Ingalls that saves the city in excess of $30,000 a year. I intend to continue this program and get more volunteers to help in other parts of the city. I love to use our youth programs, such as Day of the Cowboy. We have been able to use FFA, Boy Scouts, and ROTC, and I am the current chairperson for that event. I am also a founding member of NHA, served as president for 8 terms, and a founding member of NARC, and currently one of the 5 team leaders. Thank you.
Very good. Lance?
Good evening, everyone. Lance Gregory, 50 years old, exited the Army in 1993. I graduated at Orange Coast College in 1995. Moved out here in 1999 over in Mariloma because I couldn't afford this side of the river at that time. I purchased my home in 2009 in the Hills after I got married. I'm a father. My son is attending Golden West College, and they're taking their law enforcement courses there. I'm a business owner. I own Exact Color. I've had that business going for 8 years now. Been in the printing industry for 22 years. Previous horse owner. I had 7 horses on my property before I followed my other passion of drag racing. I've given up drag racing. I have my time free again to follow another passion, and that's volunteering and supporting my city. I will have horses again in the future, and that was one of the stipulations when I moved over here, is that I had horse property to be able to do so. I'm very active in the community. I volunteered with Rural, Horse Week, NHA, Norco Fair, and I reach out and help any other group or resident that needs a helping hand. My goal is to protect Norco and its lifestyle, and also find a way to be able to pay for it. I tend to take a leadership role, but I also know how to follow, and I think that's very important for a leader. I feel I bring to the table my knowledge and understanding of local government, and I've spent the last 6.5 years at City Council learning quite a bit of how Norco works and how local government works. I have business sense and experience running my own business. I have a fresh opinion, new ideas, and an open mind. I'm motivated, and I acknowledge others and their success. I take a pragmatic approach when I'm in my decision-making process. Thank you.
Jason?
All right, I want to thank you all for coming. My name is Jason Bumowski. I am 35 years old and currently a police sergeant with the neighboring city's police department. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and have worked and volunteered for cities since I was 16. I grew up in the city of Chino, however, about 3 years ago got married and chose to bring my family here to Norco so that I could raise my now 2 children and live here. I've lived a life of volunteer work. I was a Boy Scout as a teenager. I got my Eagle Scout. I was a police explorer after that. After being a police explorer, I moved on to when I got hired as a police officer to actually getting back and volunteering for the Police Explorer program, where I volunteered for about 6 years as a Police Explorer advisor. I've been a part of the YMCA, Relay for Life, Kiwanis, Let It Be Foundation, and have been on the board for the Russ Miller 5K Memorial Run. Things that I want to do and things that I want to work on here in the city of Norco. So I want to work on our customer service. Our customer service when it comes to city staff, permitting process, and just us working for the folks here in Norco. I want to make sure that the city council understands that they do work for the citizens of Norco. It is not the other way around. I'd like to help business in Norco by being more business friendly. I'd like to bring in new business while at the same time helping our existing business to grow, doing that through the permitting process and bending over backwards to bring these folks to our city and keeping them here once they do get here. Thank you for your time.
Okay, Robin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being here this evening. I'm going to start out a little different. I want to commend every single one of my colleagues and other candidates that are up here this evening. It takes a special kind of courage and fortitude to be up here. I want you to know that every single one of the people that sit before you have a special skill set that they could bring to the citizens for this city. And every single one of the candidates up here this evening has a deep love for our city. And so I think it's really important that you guys know that and understand that as we go through the rest of the campaign process. Norco's an amazing community, and I want to help us all work together to make it better than it is. I have a specific challenge to my fellow candidates and all of you, the citizens of Norco, as we go through these final 30-some days of this campaign. Let's do something a little different and not Norco style. Let's only promote the positive aspects of our preferred candidates. Let's promote the good things about our candidates that we want to hear. Let's talk about our vision. Let's talk about the things that are important to us. And let's discuss the future of this amazing town. Let's talk about the importance of participation. Let's talk about the importance of true leadership. Let's discuss the good things. We all know what the negative things are. We all know. We don't need to share those. If you want to talk about the negative things, let's talk about solutions to those things. And instead of talking about the negative as a horrible thing, let's talk about them as obstacles to overcome. My name is Robin Grunmeyer. I'm a wife, a mother, a teacher, an advisor, and somebody that would like to have your vote for Norco City Council.
Lisa.
Good evening, fellow Norconians. It is very encouraging to see so many of you here tonight who are interested in our wonderful city. My name is Lisa Campbell. I am a 15-year resident of Norco. I moved here specifically for the lifestyle. I am the mother of 2 adult children who grew up in the Norco school system, so I can tell you how wonderful it is. When I moved to Norco, I immediately became involved as a volunteer. I have volunteered for Norco Jaff Cheer. I was a team mom for Norco Little League. I have been the historian for the Saddle Sore Riders. Currently, I am a board member on Horse Week, where I chair bingo. And I'm also a board member for the Miracle on 6th Street, where we serve Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners. I am also a founding member of the new Norco Fair Committee, and I'm proud to say that I organized our inaugural color guard this year, which is all BLM Mustangs. My education includes graduating from Golden West College with an Associate of Arts degree. I also graduated from California State University, Long Beach with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice with a law enforcement option. I currently have 12 units towards my master's in criminology. I worked in the customer service and accounting fields for 8 years prior to working in law enforcement for over 15 years. I am a former business owner, so I understand marketing, customer service, budgets, future fund projections, and usage, as well as the struggles that go along with businesses. Currently, I'm working for an alarm company in the security industry where I hold a specialized license to do so. I've always been a giver and a worker bee, And I have focused my life on doing for others and volunteering and being a public servant. Thank you.
Thank you. Start. Corinne, would you like to?
There you go. Got that frustration.
Did you get that out, Pam?
She was turning red.